So let's talk about what Press Secretary Robert Gibbs did in a recent press conference where he had a little bit of fun at Sarah Palin's expense. He wrote on his hand a shopping list to try to make fun of Sarah Palin for having some words as memory jogs on her hand. So
ending with hope and change.
Yes, but his ended with milk and butter.
Well, maybe he was asking, he was hoping that the clerk at the grocery store would give him change. Maybe the hope and change said that.
Possibly.
We had Dana Perino on our program earlier today to ask her to respond because what Gibbs said, here's what Gibbs said to Mediaite. He said, all I would say is this, everyone should have a sense of humor. It's needed more than ever in Washington. So he did it as a funny joke. We asked Dana Perino about that, and here's what she had to say.
I would probably not, also because President Bush would have fired me.
Well, let me go.
It was not done.
Did you ever take a shot at anybody like that?
Well, I can remember a couple of times where you can give a little jab. I personally think that self-deprecating humor works a lot better at the podium.
And we don't get much of that from Robert Gibbs, who is good conversation. It has as a fine contributor on our show. We appreciate when he comes on. However, I thought it was interesting because he was coming off the president making a speech and a push to be more bipartisan.
Right.
And also, you have a former governor of Alaska who's not a political figure. I mean, she's a political figure, but she's not in the mix right now. She doesn't have a job that's bothering, should be bothering this administration.
And it's interesting because this morning, and I saw Andrew Murray, one of our great producer bookers, sent this out late last night. In the 1990 California gubernatorial debate, Diane Feinstein, who is now a senator from the state of California, if you notice her hand, she's got words written on her hand, and it was picked up, there you go, by the press out in California. What's interesting, she was violating the debate rules. She was breaking the rules by having words written down on her hand. Sarah Palin was just giving a speech, and she had some stuff written on her hand.
Right.
There's a little bit of a difference.